talk about books that can distract you from family drama and or family trauma. Not speaking from personal experience, but hypothetically, if you did want to read a book at the holidays and didn't want to read a David Copperfield or a Persuasion, and you wanted to read something that was more light on your mind and on your soul while your family fights about vaccines or politics, or your father shows up 2 hours late for Christmas and you black out on mimosas. Not speaking from experience here, but hypothetically, if that were to happen to you, you might want something a little bit lighter than a classic. And so this stack of books, this collection of books, is for that purpose. These are some lighthearted things to get you through the holidays. These aren't stories that are going to stress you out. These are stories that will go by pretty quickly and make you feel better and relieve your anxiety. So let's get started before the sun sets. First up is Emily Ratajkowski's My Body. This is a collection of essays by Emily Ratajkowski, who is a model, writer, activist, actress, and she is well known for being outspoken about owning your sexuality and your body and seeing the beauty in it. And she did an essay for New York Magazine called Buying Myself Back. And I think it was like the most read essay of that year in that magazine. And an extended version of that is in this collection of essays. And I finished this over Thanksgiving. I really loved it. I think that a lot of people write models and actresses off because they don't want them to do anything other than model or act. And they don't want to hear anything or see anything beyond this person's body. And I am not that way. I think that Emily Ratajkowski is very privileged and, upper class and very talented at modeling, but she also has many other opinions, and I think that her experience in life is unique, and I really, really enjoyed hearing what she had to say in this collection. She talks a lot about misogyny, objectification, things that happened early in her career, her experience with Robin Thicke, doing the Blurred Lines video. She talks about being a mother, being a partner to her husband, things that happened in her family, and yeah, I really, really value this collection of stories. I'm not even like a huge Emily Ratajkowski fan, but she is a lovely writer, and I think she has some really important things to say. And something that she said either in press or in a blurb somewhere is that she's not answering like any big questions in this collection of essays. She's just exploring ideas and beliefs that she currently holds and previously held, and explores what those mean to her and what that means for her future and her child and her career and who she wants to be. And I think that kind of writing is always valuable and always needed. And also, essay collections are great to read during the holidays because you can really break them up. So, I really recommend this. Let's do the other nonfiction, and then the rest are fiction. This is Cultish, The Language of Fanaticism by Amanda Montell. I read this a couple months ago and really, really enjoyed it. It explores cults and the cult phenomenon through the lens of language, and I studied language. I find it very interesting. I've also previously been very religious in my life and find myself to be a very passionate person. I become really passionate about things that I like. And I think it's really interesting to explore that through an extremist kind of lens and be self-aware on what we sign up for when we are passionate about things. And Montell doesn't just cover things like Jonestown. She also covers things like SoulCycle and Glossier and cult favorite brands and how they use similar language to actual like religious cults. And yeah, I just thought it was witty, it was funny, it was fresh. I really liked her voice. My only qualm with it was that I felt like it was kind of rushed at the end. I didn't feel like it had a tight bow around all the ideas at the end, but I really enjoyed it for the most part, and I think this is a good one to get you through the holidays, especially, you know, some people's families can be like cults. What better time than the holidays to like research some cults, you know what I mean? So I recommend. Next 3 are fiction. This is Exciting Times by Dolan. This is a very Sally Rooney-esque love triangle of a novel. It's about a girl who's living in Hong Kong. She's from Dublin, and she's teaching English to very wealthy kids, and gets caught up in a love triangle between Julian, who's a man, and Edith, who's a woman. And the main character's name is Ava. And I really liked this. I have a good friend who read it and said she didn't like it because she's just kind of tired of the like 20-something female self-deprecating getting in relationships that treat her like shit vibe of books. Like, she's just tired of that at this point in her life, and I think that's valid. I think honestly that's kind of how I felt when I read Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. That put me in a reading slump. Like, I did not like that book, and I thought I would. Like, Conversations with Friends is one of my favorite books. But when I read this several months ago, I really liked it. I think that having a character go through this relationship triangle and making mistakes and figuring out what she wants to do in her life was really insightful and an easy read. It was a light read. And the main character was witty and funny, and yeah, I just feel like this is a good holiday read. It's a good little like romance, and also is a bisexual main character, which is tight. So yeah, I do recommend this. I think it's really good. This is Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. I loved this book. I don't know if I've talked about it on here before. It's a romance. It's about a woman in her early 30s who is a successful food writer and is just at this point in her life that is probably familiar to a lot of people. It's like her parents are getting older. She's trying to have a relationship with her parents. She gets into a new relationship with a guy she met on a dating app. Something kind of goes wrong there. It's like her friends are like having children and like are at different places than her, and it's just about her grappling with that and grappling with a relationship that she got really hopeful for and may or may not work out. And I just think that that perspective is really cool and valuable, and I relate to it. And I just love the way that Dolly Alderton writes. Like, I loved the voice in this. I really couldn't put it down. Like, it's not the kind of book that I would normally think I would be gripped by, but I didn't want to put it down. I just wanted to keep reading, and those are the best kind of books, even though I may not know how to put words to what that is. But yeah, and I originally read it on my Kindle, and I loved it. So I ordered a physical copy, and I ordered the UK copy because I liked this cover better. So that's kind of psychopathic, but that's what I did. And I really recommend this. I think this is a really good holiday read. I love a little romance moment, and it was just light and fun, and yeah, really liked this one. I really did. And then last but not least is Happy Hour by Marlowe Granados. I think that's how you say the author's name. I'm halfway through this one. I'm not done yet, but I started it over Thanksgiving after I finished Ratajakowski's My Body, and I love it. It honestly feels to me like a mix between Rooney and Otessa Moshfegh without the self-deprecation. Like, it's a sort of stream of consciousness, female point of view going through New York in like 2013, like this coming of age, but it's not self-deprecating, and it doesn't feel negative. It feels positive, which I really appreciate and didn't know that that's what I preferred. So I am not done with this yet, but I just know I'm gonna love it because I can't put it down. I'm gonna read it tonight as soon as I can, as soon as I stop working, which I have to go do after I finish this video. And it's about two friends that moved to New York and really vividly like captures a summer. Everyone I've seen on Goodreads that's read this has given it 5 stars and has called it charming and lovely, and that's how I feel about it so far. So I recommend this as a little holiday read because I started this over Thanksgiving and we'll finish it very soon. It also has a gorgeous cover. So that's it. Those are the books that I recommend if you have a dramatic family, if you just need a little break from family and want to have a light read. Or even just if you don't like the holidays and you just want to read something not holiday related, because none of these are holiday related. And sometimes, you know, that's good. You just want a little light read. You just want a little something that's not a Christmas carol. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Maybe you've been wanting to pick one of those up, and this is your sign to do so. The sun is setting quickly. My roommate is getting home from work soon, and we are going to get a Christmas tree. I'm very excited. I hope that whatever holiday you celebrate around now or December, you have a great one. If I don't talk to you before then, I hope you have a great week. I hope you read lots of good stuff, and don't let anyone tell you what to do.